guess that was good enough. Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series where we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 5th episode of the show, Power Rangers Zeo, as well as the 160th episode overall, titled For Crying Out Loud. We begin this episode outside of the juice bar where Stone is waiting on Bulk and Skull, slapping a bottle of ketchup. And we see that Bulk and Skull are on their way in their motorcycle, which they apparently got back, I guess, and then they get stopped by construction. They just blow past them anyways because they have to be there by 3 p.m. Skull assures Bulk that he knows exactly where they are, but then he ends up hitting a rock and it makes them go through like hay and onto a farm. Then they go through a clothesline and there's a damn llama here. Then Stone sees that the two are coming toward him and Skull can't stop, and we fade to black to imply that they've crashed, which we see that they have. Stone gives them a special assignment for being late. This was a waste of 4 minutes of my life. At Angel Grove High, Bulk and Skull are giving out textbooks to students, which I guess means this episode marks the beginning of a new semester? Adam and Rocky are at the study hall area, and they meet up with Tommy, and they say they just heard the big news before they start humming the wedding march. Then Tanya shows up asking what's going on, and Rocky and Adam are still taking the piss out on Tommy. Tommy explains that some teacher named Mr. Toggle has assigned him to do a report on family care and relationships, so he has to pretend that he's married to Catherine for the weekend. Then Tanya starts poking fun at him too, because clearly Tommy is not on board for this whole idea. They ask where his new bride is, and then he says that she was supposed to meet him there because she said that she had a great idea to make this project more realistic. Is she gonna try to rape Tommy? Nope, Catherine shows up with a freaking baby in tow. They meet the kid named Joey, and apparently he's a friend of Kat's family's kid. Then Tanya just insinuates that something smells really badly, and suddenly Adam, Rocky, and Tanya grab their stuff, booking it out of there. And then so does everyone else. Tommy even tries to get away, and Kat tells him to get over there and help her change the diaper. This is a weird ass assignment. Mondo sees this, and he thinks that if they increase the volume of the baby's cry, it could have a lot more impact than what they just did in the study hall. They'll increase the sound waves to make Angel Grove suffer and be destroyed. At a nursery somewhere, Tommy has to put the baby to sleep, turning off the light and leaving. Then, a demon monster named Boohoo the Clown shows up, firing a laser at the baby. At the study hall, Tommy and Kat try to come in, and Bulk and Skull keep saying that there's a no-cry zone, and if he cries, Kat has to take him outside. Billy is there with Rocky, which is funny because I forgot Billy still went to school. Then Rocky tries to stupidly say hi to a sleeping baby, which causes the baby to cry, and it causes a freaking earthquake. And in the moment that it happens, Tommy feeds the baby. They immediately know that Mondo has something to do with this, so Tommy and Billy head to the power chamber while Rocky and Kat take the kid. Then Tommy and Billy teleport out. In space, Mondo takes credit for this entire plan, and he's excited to see it succeeding. He wants Boohoo to go back down and increase the destructive power of the baby's cry. In the power chamber, Billy explains that he's gotten a sample of the cry, and he needs to play it, so he and Tommy cover their ears. We then see a comparison of before and after, and they know that Mondo did this. They need to figure out how he did it, though. Tanya and Adam meet up with Kat and Rocky, and I guess the kid is asleep, so they have to be careful. Then Boohoo shows up, and the Rangers call Tommy for help. In the power chamber, they see that the frequencies are the same between Boohoo and the baby. Tommy teleports in a really cool fashion, and it's morphin' time. That goes to take care of Joey, but then Alpha gets the kid and leaves, and now it's the Rangers versus the Cogs. Honestly, this fight is really damn good. Then they get hit by the waves from Boohoo, and then even Alpha is getting attacked by the Cogs, getting shut down by an electro rod of theirs. Then Boohoo and the Cogs just straight up kidnap a child, leaving. The Rangers are obviously pissed that this kid just got taken away. Mondo then tells Clank that they're going to the power plant with the baby to destroy Angel Grove's main source of power. In the power chamber, Billy brings Alpha back online, and Alpha blames himself for losing Joey. Billy also can't get a lock on Joey until he cries again. At the power plant, Clank says that they need to make the kid make noise to get the Rangers out. Then Alpha just finds Joey anyway somehow. Apparently everyone is going to meet up there. Back to action. The Rangers show up at the power plant seeing Joey. Also Clank, Boohoo, Orbis, and Cogs are there. The Rangers know that they don't have much time before the baby starts crying and destroying the whole city, so Tommy goes for the child while the others handle the Cogs, but then even more Cogs show up right in front of Tommy as he's running up the steps toward the kid. This is a damn good fight because we're getting the stunt team using their environment. I mean, Tommy's even swinging around on a wire to get to where he needs to go, and as Tommy gets closer, Boohoo starts firing at him, hitting him off of the stairs and making him hold on for dear life. Tommy pulls himself up and he gets to the kid and he goes to go feed Joey, but the bottle is empty, which makes the kid start to cry. Tommy then calls Zordon for some help while fending off some more cogs. Then Boohoo just starts firing at the freaking kid, blowing the carriage off the damn stairs, but luckily Tommy jumps into the air, grabbing it in midair. When he lands though, Joey is gone. We then cut to Joey just being with Billy in the power chamber. I mean, I guess they could have just teleported him out of there forever ago. Then Quadrifighters show up, firing at the Rangers while Boohoo fires some more sonic waves at them. They try to use their Zeo laser pistols, but it doesn't work. So now Tommy calls out the Zeo Power Sword, his personal weapon that we've actually never seen before. Tommy slashes, hitting Boohoo and blowing him up, but then Boohoo is just fine. Whatever, Clank and Orbis make Boohoo grow giant. The Rangers call out the Zeo Zords, forming the Zeo Megazord. The Zeo Megazord and Boohoo fight, and it's a lot of punching before Boohoo just tosses baby bottle bombs at them. Then he tries to fire lasers at them, but they deflect it with the Zeo Saber before they just kill Boohoo completely. Kinda underwhelming. Mondo tells everyone to calm down and to not worry because their next plan will surely win, but Sprocket and Clank and Orbis are arguing. At the study hall area, Kat and Tommy say that they're going to sleep a lot more now that they're giving back the kid. Then Mr. Toggle comes up and he says that they're getting an A for their assignment. Kat then says that she'd love to have children of her own one day, and Mr. Toggle asks if they're busy at all on Saturday night so they could babysit his twin children, and of course, Kat, being the do-gooder that she is, agrees, but then Tommy gets roped into it too. The end. Over the credits, we see Bulk and Skull bloopers that honestly don't really do anything for me, except for the one with Bulk's actor and a chicken. That one was kind of cute. This episode is really an upgrade from the episodes before it, to be honest, and I think it's because we're really seeing minute details when it comes to the amount of effort being put into this show. For instance, the way that Tommy teleported in was freaking awesome. Also, the stunts have gotten even better, and most of it was American footage. The plot itself was kind of lame, if I'm being totally honest, and it made Kat seem like a stage 5 clinger, but other than that, I actually really enjoyed seeing the Ranger teens, I don't know, act like teens? Seeing Tanya, Adam, and Rocky make fun of Tommy for having to act like a dad was realistic enough that it actually made me laugh a couple times. So, will next time continue to improve upon this season? Find out then, but until then, may the power protect you.